And we are recording. Hello and welcome back, everybody. In the last episode, we finally achieved a visible penis for the first time. And that is not uploaded yet because I need to get it edited. I may or may not, bother. I might just... I don't know. It was so minor, I feel like I could edit it myself. I don't know if I need to have Katsu do it. I could probably just, maybe have you do a, picture of Alba and Kojaku, holding hands and just put it over all the scenes. I don't know, though. I'll think about it. And this one won't go up until the other one does. So I'll probably do, a whole bunch of them all at once, probably. I don't know. It's not that important. I just like having a record, I guess. Or something. Get the game opened. I made some coffee, but then I also brushed my teeth. So I'm just gonna, wait on it and drink it when my mouth doesn't taste like mint anymore. And away we go. Alright, everything should be working, I think. I'm gonna pull up the chat. There we go. Should have marked the big... I think it's this one. Number 15. I think of noise. That bastard. Who I hate. I get out of bed and leave my room. At the top of the stairs, I realized that the lights in the living room are on. Is it Granny? Kojaku was there at the bottom of the stairs, but I just walked past him. I open the door and bump into someone who's just leaving. It's noise. Yeah. I mean, when it's inside my house, after you were supposed to leave, yes. Where does he get off talking to me like that? I start to turn away, but he grabs my arm. There should be a true route where, all of the characters are there and they're all, bickering and, fight me in rhyme, and Kojaku's like, I'm off to fuck some girls, and Mink is like, I'm a strong guy. They're all just crammed into that same apartment in the Platinum Jail. I pull my arm away with a glare. All this idiot cares about is rhyme. Screw him. I Voice chat is for laughing, small comments, and telling you to save the game. Text chat is for long tangents, jokes I'm not sure will land, the word penis, and saying I would almost fuck real. It's a very elegant system. I snapped my mouth shut. I didn't mean to shout. The advantage to putting something in the chat is that instead of you needing to say it, I have to say it because I read it out loud. So you can force me to try to make whatever joke you're making instead of you, and then if it doesn't work, it's my fault, not yours. Noise just stands there glaring at me. His eyes search my face unblinking like he's trying to sniff out a lie. As intimidated as I am by the intensity of his gaze, I don't turn away. Yeah, and if it's funny, it's your joke. It's a perfect system, exactly.
そんな状態でもいいって言うなら戦う。けど、お前が求めてるのはそんなんじゃねえんだろう。俺がお前と戦えるって思える時が来たら、必ず相手するから。約束。本当だな。ああ、絶対だ。わかった。今のところはあんたを信じることにする。
I swear I can't fight. I can't. I don't know how to. Okay. You're challenging me to Smash Bros. I can do that. Noise looks me in the eye to make sure I got the message, then slips past me into the hall. I sigh as I watch him leave. Honestly, even if I do learn to control my power, I don't want to use it unless I have to. This is the power that hurt Mizuki. I don't want to feel like that ever again. Perfect system. Right, circle me with the picture of Alba. Yeah. I came downstairs to take my mind off things, but it doesn't look like that's in the cards. I let out another deep sigh and returned to my room, even more depressed than before. I don't really feel like sleeping, but I crawl into bed and close my eyes anyway. But by the time I finally start to drift off, the sun is already peeking through my curtains. My coil rings, dragging me out of my slumber. This has to be a custom ringtone that he bought, right? That can't be the default one.
Hi.
That voice. I looked at him on my coil. Oh, this is the same. Do I skip like unread dialogue or something? Skip. Oh, okay. I run as fast as I can through the alleys, trying to get away. It doesn't take long for me to notice the sound of footsteps following me. A cop? Footsteps are drawing closer fast. I try to speed up, but I can't put any distance between us. Shit, he's gonna catch me.
Noise?
Instead of a cop, it turns out to be Noise. I've been running really hard too, but he isn't even out of breath. Wouldn't have been my first choice, but it's better than being alone. Suddenly, Noise stops. He was running ahead of me, so I have to react quickly to avoid smashing into him. Suddenly, it feels like the ground gives out beneath my feet. Wait, isn't this... This guy has a one-track mind. Interesting. That pattern was similar to the one we see when Alba uses scrap. It's just blue instead of red.
やけに生々しいっつうか。
Ooh.
ライムのやりすぎでイカれてんだろ。最近多いからな。ライム漬けの精神異常者。
Does it happen a lot? That's not good.
青葉来るぞ。
Look at this guy.
レン、防御を頼む。おい、
This guy
なん
sucks.
で黙って見てんだよ。最初に狙われたのはお前だ。だからお前がやれ。はあ？なんだそりゃ。
I'd be mad at that, but this guy is a loser. He like couldn't hurt me at all, so I don't really care.
青葉指示を。
Ren, kill.
それじゃあ。
大丈夫だ。
俺のせいだ。ごめん。
気にするな。それより指示を。
Kill.
ああ。
行け。
Yeah. We've returned to reality.
あっけなかったな。雑魚だ。大したことねえし。
I guess he has all the little rabbits because it's like all the different cubes. Are they different all mates? I don't
も
know.
っと早く手貸せよ。そうしたらレンだって。
I pull a Ren out of my bag and hug him.
レン、大丈夫か？
ああ。ひどいダメージは受けていない。
そっか。
That is good. Relieved, I stroke Ren's head and return into my bag.
バカじゃねえの。機械相手にいらねえ。
Don't say that. You're terrible.
何？つか本当にバカか。機械の心配じゃなくて自分の。
Man, I really don't like this guy. You'd think that the guy who's like all into video games and shit would like machines, but he's like, I hate fucking machines. How dare you feel
さっきのや
things?
つ。ダメージのリミッターをカットしてたぜ。一発でも当たってたらお前、ただじゃ済まなかっただろうな。
Yeah, that's true. But also, my best friend in the whole world just got hurt, and I'm sad about it.
でもあんたの言ってた
He's
ことは
literally just a little
嘘
puppy
じゃ
dog.
なさそうだ。ピンチになっても何もしないってことは本当に忘れてんだな。
Did you orchestrate this?
お前、まさか戦わなかったのはそれを確かめるためか。
Better question, did we just kill that guy? Because he turned off the damage limiter and you like one-shot him?
そうだけど。
Just as my anchor is about to explode.
ゲームアプリの配信だ。
また？つかこんな時に。お前のとこにも来たのか？みたいだな。
That's a really annoying sound to have happen every single time you get an email.
どうやら自動再生するタイプのようだ。
え？
It's the same thing. It's so retro. Oh, I can? Skip. No. I don't know, I'm having fun. This is pretty entertaining. Look at the little guy go. Yeah. It is. It's true. You can get the orb. I always wanted the orb. We didn't see the orb in the last one. In the last route. You still don't know what that's from.
妙だな。
You don't say.
言っただろ。 デモムービーだけが配信されてくるゲームがあるって。けどこの招待状ってのはこれでプラチナジェイルに入れるってことなのか？
招待状？そんなもん来てねえけど。
マジか？ほらこれ。
I showed Noise the
な
invitation.
るほどね。いたずらかと思ったけど、そうでもなさそうだな。ゲーム、
改造？
あのゲームは昔やったことが。
Oh, it's a real game?
けどあんなシーンなかったぜ。
I assumed that whoever's sending us these things just like downloaded RPG Maker. What does it all mean? As usual, the game made no sense at all. Wait,
ばあちゃんがさらわれた時にもゲームの配信があった。
Captive Princess is a plagiarist! No way.
そんなこと言ってたな。
Fuck you, damsel in distress. You're gonna get sued by Nintendo.
その後ゲームの内容と同じようなことが現実に起きた。だとしたら今回のも何かの予告とか。
It means we're gonna find an orb.
もしそうだとしたら、明らかに罠だな。ばあさん誘拐の予告してきたってことだろう。
He has a point. But even if it is a trap, it has to mean something. A cave, a treasure chest, a key, a door.
今度はメールか。
There's an image attached. This is the same.
これから羽賀さんと合流する。
俺も行く。再戦する前にどっかで死なれたら困るからな。
Yeah, okay.
行くぞ。
Let's not wait up for anybody else. Though I'm not exactly happy about it, we head for Platinum Jail together. But just then I hear the sound of footsteps running towards us. Cops?
こっちだ。
Noise grabs me the arm and starts running. We turn a corner.
おっと、ここまでだテロリスト諸君。
Would have been really funny if it was like Kojaku and we just like hid from him. He's trying to find us. He's like, Alba, where are you? Noise is like, it's the cops, run!
やっと見つけたぞ。
But no, it's actually the cops.
もう逃がさんからな。おとなしく観念しやがれ。
See, that's a good laugh. That's what evil Alba should have done. Akushima. By the time it even occurs to me to be afraid, Noise is already charging straight at him.
おい。
That's a good sound too. This guy is the best voice actor in the game. Unable to react to Noise's punch, Akushima lands flat on his back with an impressive thud. He appears to be unconscious. Bright red blood is streaming from his nose. I can't believe Noise just up and punched him like that. He managed to do that with a single punch. When I looked at Noise, I realized he's wearing some gnarly looking metal gloves. Because he's not just some internet tough guy.
おい、行くぞ。
I thought you were just some internet tough guy. Noise grabs my hand and takes off again. I snap out of it and start running. Somehow managing to evade the police, we head to the meetup with Mr. Haga. The place Mr. Haga marked turns out to be the entrance to an underground passage on the outskirts of the North Quarter. A collection of broken barricades has accumulated in front of it. We find Mr. Haga there. He gives me a modified stun gun for self-defense. He did that in the other one, in the other route, and I never used it. According to him, the underground passage was used for transporting materials during Platinum Jail's construction. The plan was originally for Platinum Jail to encompass the entire island, which is why the transport route extends to the old residential district. This is the same. Hooray!
ようこそ日本最大級最高級の愛と夢と癒しの娯楽施設プラチナジェイルへ。
When the gate opens, we're greeted by cheerful music and the sound of firecrackers.
ここは選ばれた人しか入れない地上の楽園だよ。
うさんくせえ。
だな。
Not at all bothered by our lack of enthusiasm, the panda presses a button on the wall.
さーて君たちの行き先はどこになるのかな。
I bet it's gonna be that one.
スタート。
Yeah, they're literally perfectly themed after our four members. No way!
君たちの行き先はグリーンプレイグラウンドだよ。
No way!
さあ
Incredible.
さあ こちらへどうぞ。
Second door from the
こ
left.
こは最新型のゲームセンターや楽しい設備が揃えられた
It
最
includes
高の
video
遊び場だよ。
games.
退屈とは一生縁のない世
No
界だ。
way!
遊びまくってらっしゃい。
Annoyed as we were with the panda's little spiel, Noise and I approached the door.
さあどうぞ。ドアの横にある認証モニターに入園チケットもしくは招待状をかざしてね。
Open the invitation when I call and approach the screen.
プラチナ ID を認証しました。
Saragaki. We also don't know who that is.
ようこそプラチナ J へ。それでは
Oh, it is?
手続きを開始いたします。
Oh, okay. Interesting.
お連れ様のゲスト ID を発行いたします。お連れ様の声を認証されましたので、ゲスト ID 単体詳しくはインビテーションカードのサービスの項目をご覧ください。
It's Gamer Town. They have another building that's shaped like windows. Beyond the door is an area that seems composed entirely of massive arcades. The buildings are black, decorated here and there with simple lines and electric lights. It's like being inside of a gamer computer. Feels unreal, like we're inside a game. Almost everyone we see on the street is our age. At a glance, you wouldn't think they were any different from the guys in the old residential district. But looking closer, I realized that they're wearing clothes no one back home would ever be able to afford. Above us, stars sparkle in the sky. Now there's something you can't see in the old residential district. But the weather and the time of day are artificial in Putnam Jail. Here it's almost always night inside. Supposedly the idea is to make it feel like a party every day or make it more relaxing or something.
あれがオーバルタワ
For the rumors, but this is my
ー
first
な
time
ん
seeing
か
it.
すげえな。
そうか普通じゃね
It's just as normal. There's nothing cool about it. It's just a big glowy building. I don't think it's cool at all.
普通じゃねえし。
I'm not impressed by anything. While I'm gaping at the sights, Noise looks as bored as could be. Oh right, wasn't there something else written on the invitation? I still haven't gotten around to reading it.
この添付されてるのは
プラチナジェイルの案内図だ。
Let's take his head
このマークは
away.
宿泊する施設の場所だろ。
招待状にも滞在する施設の指定があるな。
罠かもしれねえけど
The thought has occurred to me, but we can't let that stop us. We have to keep
プラ
going.
チナジェイルに入った時点で罠に飛び込んだも同然だろ。動くしかねえし。
まあいいけどついてくから
I'm so cool. I'm not impressed by anything. Fine, I'll come along if you're going. Whatever.
宿泊施設までのナビ。
I'm only here because I want to fight you in rhyme, even though you demonstrably suck ass at it. Frustrated with Noise's arrogant bullshit, I turn my back and start walking. You and me both, Alba. Following Ren's instructions, we come to a street linked with extravagant villas. Yep.
ここが
Where the other buildings are, looks a bit older. Glitter. Wow, we're here with our boyfriend this time. Because he didn't run off. I was half expecting him to be like, ooh, video games, I'm off, bye. And still abandon us, but this time because he loves to play video games. And then later in the route, it's going to be like, I had to play video games as part of my backstory. I'm addicted to something, I don't know. Interior looks just as old-fashioned as the place did
な
from
ん
the
つ
inside.
うか
Outside.
時代を感じる内装だな。
こういうのはあまり
He
好きじゃない
hates it. He hates everything.
なんで
古くせ
Also, if we could access this from both places, does that mean that the inside of Platinum Jail is all connected and we could go anywhere we want? Or does it mean that the place that Glitter is changes in each route? Noise's crude remark draws my attention. I notice that his expression has changed slightly. Is that disgust? I feel a twinge of curiosity, but decide to ignore it and check out the house. Noise plops down on the couch while I'm looking around, and then he suddenly holds out his hand.
お前のコイル渡せ
No.
は
渡せよ
No.
なんで
Good question.
招待状の発信元を調べるもしそれが東映に繋がってたら
You
話
could
が
have led
早
with
い
that.
東映なんで東映に
このプラチナジェ
You're
イルは
such
東映
an
に違う
ass.
その中に誘い込んだってことは東映が首謀者の可能性が高い
He does have a point, but I'm still not sure I can trust him. Couldn't he just be using this as an excuse to steal my data? I mean, that wouldn't be hard for him.
なんだよ
いや
もしかして情報を抜かれるとか思ってんの？今さらやんねえよ。そんなのいつでもできるし。
お前な。
早く貸せよ。
Overwhelmed by his brazen attitude, I reluctantly toss Noise my coil. He catches it and hooks it to his own coil. Then he starts tapping away with incredible speed, eyes easily following the torrent of data on his screen. He's a super hacker! Damn, I like to think I'm reasonably competent with tech, but I'm nowhere near his level. The look of intense concentration on his face gives him this impenetrable aura. I watch him, secretly impressed for a while until suddenly he stops.
どうかしたのか？
何やっても全部エラーで弾かれる。国のネットワークでもここまで硬いのはない。ありえねえな。
Wow, you couldn't figure out anything? That's so crazy. Can I have my coil back now?
発信元が真っ黒なのは確かだ。やっぱり罠かもな。
マジか。
What does that mean? Noise throws my coil back to me. Thank you.
一応用心しとけば。とにかく何かに狙われてるってことだろう。辻入りも増えてきてるっぽいし。
Gankings, huh? I know Noise was the rabbit head, but the second one was someone else entirely.
辻切りって誰でもできるもんなのか？
軽い知識とコツさえ知ってれば余裕だな。誰だってできるぜ。あんたでもな。
I still don't know why he attacked us in the first place. You are a mystery. Noise stops mid-sentence and examines my face.
なんだよ。
ライムやってたのに知らねえの？雨水が出てきて
Oh,
規
that's
制がかかっ
interesting.
たのは6、7年前の話だ。
So it was a video game where you just are in danger up until 7 years ago?
あんたがライムやってた頃、10年前くらいはむしろ筋切りの方が普通だったはずだけど。
知らねえよ。覚えてねえし。
Noise closes his mouth and glares at me.
あんたのその中途半端にわけわかんねえって顔。
Yeah, because I don't.
もう見飽きた。
I don't know what you're expecting to get out of this relationship. You're hoping to, like, fight me at a game that I suck ass at.
はあ？
Noise gets up and heads upstairs without another word. I'm so taken aback by I just watch him walk off. But as time passes, I start to feel pissed off.
なんだあいつ。
Yeah, me neither.
わけわかんねえのはこっちの方だっつの。
Frustrated, I throw myself onto the couch and take Ren out of my bag.
なんであいつはいちいち上から目線なんだよ。行動も発言も唐突だし、自分勝手すぎるだろう。
確かに彼の発言とその意図は少々分かりづらいな。
だろう。相手が俺だからなのか何なのか知らないけど。
Don't say
もう
that.
ちょっと考えてほしいよな。
He's a dick. It's not your fault. While complaining, I start to feel myself sinking into the cushions. The couch is so comfortable, I'm getting sleepy. Come to think of it, I've been running basically non-stop since we left the old residential district. I should get some rest. So tired. Unable to fight the drowsiness that's crept up on me, I slowly close my eyes. Honk shoe, honk shoe, honk shoe. You know, don't you? Deep down, admit it. It'll make your life easier. Everything will go your way. Just admit it already. Accept it. You know, don't you? Right. Buddy, you have no idea the things I don't know. I force my heavy eyelids open and blink several times. What time is it? Raise my arm to look at the clock on my coil. It's the middle of the night. I remember sitting down on the couch and falling asleep. Ouch. A dull throbbing fills my head. I feel like I had some kind of dream, but I can't remember it. My throat is dry. I need some water. Huh? When I get up from the couch, I notice Ren is missing. Uh-oh. Normally he always sleeps at my feet. What was that? I thought I heard something from the second floor. I go upstairs and find Noise sitting on the couch. The first area on the second floor is something of a den. In addition to the sofa set, is a TV and a bar. Further down the hall are doors that I assume lead to bedrooms. Miss Nunna noticed me come up the stairs because he didn't even glance my way. Maybe he's the kind of person who shuts out the world when he's concentrating. Approach the couch and look over Noise's shoulder. Instantly, the blood drains from my face. Ren! No! Ren is sitting upside down on Noise's lap, and Noise has a tool in his hand. Noise turns around.
いたのか。
いたのかじゃねえよ。手を離せ。つか、よこせ。
I don't like you very much. I lean over the back of the couch and snatch the blue lump from Noise's lap. Worried, I immediately start him up. It takes a bit longer than usual, but Ren finally opens his eyes.
大丈夫か？どっかおかしいとこないか？
問題ない。
そっか。
After I breathe a sigh of relief, I turn to glare at Noise.
レンに何してた？
何もしてねえよ。
嘘つけ。明らかになんかやってただろうが。
やってたけど、そいつに支障が出るようなことはして。
Yeah, this is really my fault for not being more trusting. That's the issue here.
何が？
辻斬りにあった時も言ったけどさ。たかがオールメイ
Is he
ト
gonna
に何
kill
そんな
Ren
ム
at
キに
some
なってん
point?
だよ。ダセえな。
He's trying to teach me a lesson. He's trying to teach me that it's you don't have to care.
お前な。
And the best way to teach someone that they shouldn't care about something is to, like, tear it from their arms and make them really sad about it. That'll do it for sure. I put Ren down on the floor, walk around the couch, and get right in Noise's face. I can't let him get away with that. I reach for his collar, but then I see something. Blood. Blood is dripping from Noise's fingers.
お前それ。
ああ。工具が当たった。
When I snatched Ren away from him, I can't think of when else it might have happened. I didn't look hurt when I was watching him before that, which means it's my fault. My anger instantly turns to shame. Even if I didn't do it on purpose, I can't bring myself to hit someone who's injured.
悪かった。俺のせいだ。それは謝る。怪我見せてみろよ。とりあえ
いいよ。
ず。よくねえだろ。見せろよ。
Oh, but you're very caring. That's nice.
よくねえって。
触んな。自分でやる。
Noise smacks my hand away. As I stand there, staring like an idiot, he gets up and heads down the hall.
おい。
I hear the sound of a door closing. He was definitely mad. I couldn't let him tamper with Ren without permission, but that was no excuse to hurt him. He was bleeding a lot. Trying to distract myself from the guilt, I look at Ren.
本当に何でもないのか？
あ
あいつに何されたんだ？
俺の性能について調べていたようだ。
それだけ？
それから前回の辻斬りで俺はワームプログラムに感染していたようだ。
ワームってマジか？
ああ、攻撃を受けた時だ。現状では放っておいても特に活動することはなかったようだが、それも彼が修復してくれた。
そうだったんだ。
So he was helping Ren? Damn it. Even if it was in the heat of the moment, I did something really awful. I want to apologize, but judging by his reaction and his personality, he'll probably shut me out. It'll probably just make him angrier, really. What should I do? Apologize or let it go? I sit down on the couch, cradling Ren in my arms. Noise. I don't get him at all. I can't even tell if he's a good guy or not. I stare at the door behind which he vanished. I really should apologize. It's nice of him to do that, but he still should have asked. That's still, like, not good of him to just, like, steal Ren from us. Because he really is mad.
ごめんな。
After muttering a soft apology, I enter the adjacent room. It's a simple, tidy bedroom. I sit Ren on the bed and lie down next to him. With a long, deep sigh, I close my eyes. I still have a bit of a headache. Noise's injury still weighs on my mind. Tomorrow I'll apologize properly. I also need some more concrete information on Toei. Tomorrow. My thoughts scatter and I drift off to sleep. The next morning I wake up feeling refreshed for a change. A proper night's sleep in a real bed did wonders. My headache is almost entirely gone. I get out of bed and leave the room, heading for the den. At the bar counter, I find some instant coffee and pull a pair of mugs from the cabinet. I figure I'll bring Noise some coffee too. That way I can apologize for what happened yesterday. While preparing the coffee, I hear a door open. Noise steps into the den. Suddenly nervous, I stare intently at the hot water pouring into the cups. He walks up to me.
おはよ
おはよ
He answered. I'm a little relieved. Noise sits on the couch while I finish with the coffee. When it's done, I set a mug in
う。
front
コー
of
ヒ
him.
ー入れたから。
サンキュー
A surprisingly normal response. Phew, he doesn't seem mad, at least not right now. As Noise brings the cup to his lips, I decide it's time.
さ、昨日のことなんだけど。ん？
Suddenly, Noise jerks his hand back, pressing his hand against his mouth. Did he burn himself? Run to the bar counter, fill a cup with tissues, and fill a cup with water, and grab a box of tissues. He's so caring. I was so nice.
悪い。暑かったか。これ水。つか、暑いの苦手だったのか。大丈夫か。
大したことない
I wipe at the coffee dribbling down Noise's hand. It's soaked, yet he still has a firm grip on the mug. How can he hold a cup like that if it was hot enough to burn his
お
tongue?
前手冷やせよ。そっちもやけどしてんだろ。
手ああ
Noise looks at his hand like he only just noticed. His skin is already red and swollen, and it hurts just looking at it. I think about dragging him to the sink, but then I remember how he reacted yesterday. Maybe I shouldn't be too forceful. I am gonna tell him to put water on it. I don't want to invade his personal space.
早く冷やしてこいって。
Noise stands up, an annoyed look on his face, and goes over to the sink. What a weirdo. How could he freak out about scalding his tongue but completely fail to notice his hand? Was he just trying to look tough or something? Awfully childish of him. Still. Whatever the case, it's my fault he got hurt. Again. And once again, I'm not doing anything to help. I watch Noise behind the counter, guilt squeezing my guts.
本当ごめん。昨日のは俺てっきりお前がレンに何か細工してるんだと思い込んでて。
And now, Noise, you say in response to this, no, I'm sorry because I took the dog without asking you. That's what your next line should be.
でもレンのワーム取り除いてくれたりしたんだってな。
直したのはついでだけど、どっちかっつうとあんたのオールメイトに興味あったから。
Okay, so it wasn't even that he was doing something nice. He was actually fucking with it. That's not what you should have said. That wasn't the next line.
興味？
あんたが俺にどうやって勝ったのか。オールメイトの方に。
Oh, okay. So it's like a Seto Kaiba thing. He lost and now he's all salty about it.
なんだよそりゃ。
That's why he wants to fight us again.
中を見ただけだ。あとはワーム取ったぐらい。でも
Why don't
結
you
局
upgrade?
ただの旧型だった
Have
って
you
こと
considered
し
that
か
not
わから
everybody
ない。
has a lot of money
なん
to
で
spend
あんな
on
のずっ
something
と
like
使っ
that?
てんの？
Have you considered checking your
それは
privilege?
お前に関係ねえだろ。
あんたがライムやってた当時はそうでもなかったんだろうけど。あんたのオールメイトってかなり初期のやつだ
My
ろ。
best friend in the whole wide world.
俺がこの島に来てライム始めたのは3、4年前だけど、もうそんなの使ってるやついなかったぜ。
I like him more than I like you. If we had a trolley problem where I could decide which way it goes, and it was either Ren or you, you're dying. Sorry.
俺はあんた
That's
の
my
オールメイトを
priorities.
勝手に調べた。ワームも気が向いたから勝手に取った。だからあんたが俺に謝る必要とか全然ないんだけど。どんだけお人よしなんだか。
The thing I apologized is for cutting your hand open.
しょうがねえだろ。
Yeah,
お
literally.
前がもうちょっと説明。
つかさ、腹減らね。
He's deflecting because he realizes that he should have said something.
は？
The sudden change in topic catches me off guard. Am I hungry? What does that have to do with anything? Noise goes downstairs without waiting for an answer.
おい、どこ行くんだよ。
外。
ちょっと待てって。
I run down the stairs after him, but Noise has already left the apartment. What the hell? We were talking a second ago. You just can't pin the guy down. Squashing my frustration, I follow him out the door. We're gonna go to a Waffle
おい、
House.
待てよ。
I catch up to Noise a little ways from the entrance. He's walking at a brisk pace. I look at him, thinking to give him a piece of my mind, but something else catches my eye. What was that? I could have sworn I saw something in the shadows over there. It's Clover! Clover's here. How nice is that? Something white from head to toe like a ghost. I look again, but there's nothing there. Did I imagine it? When I turn back around, Noise has vanished.
あいつ。
I walk around briskly, searching the area until I find him standing in front of a food stand on a street lined with similar shops. Right, he said something about being hungry.
おい、ノイズ。
I approach, calling his name, and he turns around. He's holding what looks like a tray of takoyaki. He already got something? Noise turns back to the line of shops. He moves to the next one and buys something else. He looked at me and was like, and then turned. This repeats with the next shop in line, and the next, and the next.
どんだけ買ってんだよ。
In no time at all, Noise has stuffed his arms full of food. It looks like he might drop something at any moment.
それ以上持てねえだろうが。貸せよ。
I can't stand to watch anymore, so I run up to him and take some of the food off his hands.
お前も食いたいなら食っていいよ。
I do want some.
いや、そういうことじゃなくて。お前な、買いすぎだろ。
金なら別にいくらでもあるし。
なんだそりゃ。
ライムの情報売買。俺のチームの情報は 高い金払ってでも欲しいって客がわんさかいるんだよ。
へ
I remember him mentioning something like that, but I don't understand why anyone would spend money to get information about a game.
つか、それ何？
え。
Noise points to the takoyaki I'm holding. His expression is sincere.
今自分で買っただろ。
そうだけど、名前知らない。
は？
I scowl at him, thinking he has to be messing with me, but there isn't a hint of mischief on his face. His eyes are full of curiosity.
ふ
Seriously?
ざけてんの？
ふざけてねえよ。早く名前言え。
How did you order
た
them?
こ焼き。
たこ焼き。ふん。変なの。
Have you never eaten food before?
マジか。
これは？
Noise shows me a wrapped item he's
ク
holding.
レープ。
こっちは。
揚げドーナツ。
へえ。変な名前ばっかだな。
Do they? I look at Noise's eyes, but I still can't tell if he's messing with me or not. I mean, I know he's a little weird, but how does he not know foods that basically everyone eats in the old residential district? Noise looks at the crepe and the churro, then takes a bite out of the churro.
重い。
そりゃそうだろ
でも悪くねえ
う。よかったね。今まで何食ってきたんだよお前。
You've never had a
な。デリ
churro
バリーの
before?
ピザかパスタ。
それだけ？
それだけ。
Your whole life?
飽きるだろう普通。
別に。うまけりゃずっとそれだけでも平気だし。俺。
Well, they probably have pizza and pasta in the old residential district. A little weird doesn't cut it for this guy. Stupid dog. He got like a tissue, and then he came in here just so he could like chew it up and then like right in front of me and then walk out of the room because he wants me to chase him around. Little monster. I'll be right back. There's a later explanation for most of Noise's behavior, but I'm noticing on a replay some of the stuff is just autism. It's delicious. I must have been hungrier than I knew. Still, I'm surprised Platinum Jail has such low-class food. I thought it was all fancy restaurants and stuff.
たい焼きまであるとか。なんか感慨深いな。
This is making me hungry. While I'm looking at the other shop, something suddenly grabs my arm.
ん？あ、
It turned into a me. My takoyaki!
お前何やってんだよ。
しょっぱい。
当たり前だろう。つかガキか。いくつだよガ
It's gonna
キ。
be like 15.
19。
19?
うん19ね。
How old am I? 19? I stare at Noise. I had already guessed he was younger than me, but I thought he was at least 20.
なんだ。
いや若えなと思って。
あんたいくつ？
23。
23. That's right. Because when he said that, I was like, oh, fuck, that's the same age as
大
me.
して変わんねえし。
Like hell it is. Actually, is this why I find him so weird? The age difference? He's so calm and collected on the outside, but on the inside... Wait, so some punk-ass kid's been messing with me this whole time? That's when I noticed the words on the digital billboards peppered around town. Special celebration. Isn't that the event Granny told me about?
おいノイズ。あれって。
But Noise is gone. He ran off again.
にやろう。今度はどこ行きやがった。
I take off running, wondering if this is how it feels to be a parent. I note here that Kojaku, who is several years older than Alba, has been beefing with a 19-year-old. So true. Also, we just got an image from Casey that immediately got deleted. I missed it. I didn't see it. Wrong image. Okay. I thought he might have been wandered off to buy something again, but I can't find him in any of the shops. I leave the bustling main street and head down a less populated alley. As I make my way down the alley, I hear shouts from up ahead. Bleh. There's something happening at the side of the road. A fight? I have a bad feeling about this. I knew it. Several men are beating the crap out of each other in the dark, narrow alley. And in the middle of it all is Noise. Noise lands an uppercut on one of the men, who falls on his back with a grunt. There are already two men on the ground, both wearing suits. Unless I'm mistaken, they look like gangsters. Shit.
Noise!
Everyone stops and stares at me.
なんだお前こいつの仲間か
ああ、まあそんな感じで。
このクソガキが散々暴れちゃってさ、この惨状どうしてくれんだよ。
I was thinking I was gonna pay you and then let you beat me up.
本当すいません。こいつ子供なもんでいろいろやりすぎちゃって。本当すいません。ごめんなさい。
I bow repeatedly while inching closer to Noise.
ごめんなさい。ごめんなさい。すいません。本当に。って逃げるぞ。
I grab Noise's arm and make a break for it. I know from experience that the only way to win fights like this is to
おい
run.
待って。話せ。うるさい走れ。
We break out into the main street. If we can just disappear into the crowd. I slow down and try to blend in with the milling pedestrians. After walking for a while, I casually turn around to look. No one's following us. I could have taken him. I could have killed them all. We made it somehow, though it was awfully close. What the hell was Noise thinking? I drag him all the way back to Glitter. I breathe a sigh of relief as I enter the building, but Noise just gives me a scowl.
なんだよ。
余計なことしやがって。
は？
あんたが余計なことしなければ
Yeah, of course you
余裕
were.
で勝てたのに。
Yeah, for sure.
お前な。
Anger rises to replace my frustration. There's a difference between being independent and being a selfish asshole.
あのな。ああいうめんどくせえのと絡んだら後々厄介なんだよ。このくらいわかるだろう。あいつらの執念深さ波じゃねえし、一度始まったら納豆みたいにネバネバしてくるんだよ。めんどくせえだろうが。
So are you.
ただでさえわけわかんねえ状態なのに、これ以上ややこしくしてどうすんだよ。動きづらくなるだけだろ。
Noise grumpily side-eyes me. Does the fact that he's not arguing mean that I got through to him? I look at Noise again and my eyes go wide. His hand is bright red.
お前また怪我してんのか
Keeps
よ。
hurting his hand.
しかも血ダラダラだし。
Reach for his hand, but he smacks me away.
触るな。
Noise glares at me icily. What is wrong with him? He acted the same way after the incident with the coffee. Why does he have such a violent reaction to being touched? You're right, a lot of this is probably autism. Fregalo seems indifferent to everything. It's strange. Is he some kind of germaphobe?
なあ、頼む。血だけでも止めねえと。
He's a hypochondriac, but only in his hands.
いい。
ひどくなったら困る。見せろよ。
いいって言って。
見せろ。
話せ。
ダメだ。
There's no use trying to convince him, so I grab his arm and pull it toward me. I know if I don't press the issue, the wound will just go untreated.
もしどうしても嫌なら殴れよ。
Noise seems pretty upset, but he eventually stops struggling and looks away. The injury is worse than I thought. The whole back of his hand is torn up. One of those Yakuza must have gotten him with a knife or something. Actually, what about his injury from yesterday? I surreptitiously check his fingertips. He has a red line running down his middle finger, but doesn't seem that bad. Phew. It was weighing on me a lot, since I basically caused that injury, but it's a relief to see it isn't that bad. That's when I realized that I need supplies to treat his
逃
hand.
げるな。じっとしてろよ。
I release his hand, go to the bar, and start going through drawers one by one. After pulling out several drawers, I find one that's empty except for a first aid kit. It's one of those types that come in a little vinyl pack with bandages, disinfectant wipes, and different sizes of band-aids. We're in the far future, and nothing about first aid kits has changed. In a way, it's nostalgic. It's like we've already perfected it. Good enough. I grab the kit and return to Noise. When I take his arm again, Noise gives me a look of disgust. I ignore him and take a closer look at his wound.
ああ、痛そう。
I wipe away the blood with a tissue. Just looking at it makes me wince.
ちょっとしみるかも。我慢な。
I gently wipe the wound with a disinfectant sheet, knowing that it'll sting no matter how careful I am. Is it because he has piercings on his hand? It's the evil piercing. The piercing takes over him and makes him aloof and like a little child and grumpy. He's going to become so aloof and grumpy and like a little child at one point that he's going to rape us. I gently wipe the wound with a disinfectant sheet, knowing that it'll sting no matter how careful I am. I watch Noise's face, trying to gauge how much it hurts. Huh? It seems totally fine. Does it not hurt, or is he faking it out of some weird sense of pride? Does he not have feeling in his hands, maybe? If it's the latter, I have to hand it to him. That's some impressive willpower. In any case, I finish up and cover the wound with the biggest band-aid I have. Noise takes back his hand, glaring like an angry child. I'm just glad I got his wound treated this time. I sat down and leaned back on the sofa, exhausted. My tone is joking, but I mean what I say. /HJ. I'm scared that if I don't say something, he really will get hurt one day. Noise interrupts me. Noise lifts his bandaged hand. You see, there's this thing called compassion, buddy. Noise sneers. Compassion. I think you're projecting. What the hell is he talking about? If anyone doesn't understand what's going on, it's me. Yeah? Noise waves his injured hand back and forth. It's inefficient. You should have been here for the Ryoho moment. He's like, I'll give you this key card. And I was like, I don't know, that seems kind of weird. And Ren is like, have you considered that maybe he's just a really a really nice person? If Noise was there, if only you were there, it'd be like, that's impossible. There's no such thing as people who are nice. Something stirs in the pit of my stomach. Noise suddenly flings off his hat and stands facing me. You have a lot of piercings. He even had one on his hand. And his tie is pierced too. Crazy. Is he gonna hit me? I start to rise, but then Noise does the last thing I expected. Yeah, I thought so. No, you weirdo. Although it was Noise that we said we would do anything for if he helped, right? No, what? Holy shit, he's serious. Dead fucking serious. How in the hell did he come to that conclusion? While I'm still struggling to make sense of this, Noise leans in once again. He pulls my head towards him, silencing me with his lips. I try to push him away with both hands, but he grabs my chin and forces my lips open. His tongue pushes inside my mouth, and a gentle tingle of pleasure runs down my back. I can't help it. Stop touching my hair! Noise's tongue squirms about, caressing the insides of my cheeks and trying to catch my tongue. Shit, this is kind of something. Every time Noise's tongue moves in my mouth, I feel something clack against my teeth. What? Well, before I can even start to worry about that, I feel something happen in my pants. Oh yeah? Fuck. He isn't even that good of a kisser, but it's been so long, I'm just kind of... Why am I so defenseless? Noise pulls his tongue out of my mouth and deliberately grinds his knee into my crotch. You should not be doing this right now. This is not good. Mortifying though he has gotten a bit of a rise out of me, if you catch my drift. A bit of a rise out of me.
お前が急に変なことするから。
でもキスされて立ったんだろ。これどうすんの？一人で抜く？
What I want to do is be left alone right now.
しょうがねえだろ。
You
これば
are
っかりは
being a
生理
creep.
現象だろうが。
やってやるよ。
Don't, please, don't do that.
その代わり。俺のも。
No.
いやいやいやいや。ちょっと待て。お前の言ってることはおかしい。
Listen to my words right now. Don't listen to whatever narrative you have put together about the reason why I bandaged up your hand is because I want to fuck you. It's not that.
何が？
I promise.
やってやるとか、俺のもやってとか、おかしいだろ。
つかさ。
Noise lets out a frustrated
あ
sigh.
んた慌てすぎ。男同士で恥ずかしがる必要別になくね。
It's not that big a deal.
それに今あんたも言ってただろ。こんなのただの生理現象だって。お互いに生理現象を解消するってだ
It's
け
more efficient.
どうせやるならいっぺんにやった方が効率よ。
いやいやいやいや。
How in the hell is that more efficient? What is even going on? Is this some new age shit? Is this how far the morals of our youth have deteriorated? Well, he's not really that much younger than me. He's just insane. That's the only thing that makes
とに
sense.
かくですね。私は辞退させていただきたいと思いますので、話せってちょ。
Noise suddenly tugs on my arm. Unable to pull free, I stand and follow behind him. He's dragging me to his room, of course.
ノイズ。
I'm not Gaia, okay, Alba. It's just quicker for us to fuck each other than to jack off. It's about efficiency, Alba. It's not gay. So true. That's so funny. This is, I like this scene as a, like, contrived excuse for yaoi sex than I liked the corresponding scene on the Kojaku route. This feels like it's, like, revealing something about Noise's character. He views relationships as fundamentally transactional, which is interesting, and it gives me hope for the good ending, because it could be like teaching him that you can be in a relationship just because you care about the other person, and then when we have sex it's like, wow, we're just doing this because we love each other and not because it's this like gross transaction because I bandaged your arm that one time.
待て待て待て待て。
I tried to get away, but my back hits the wall. I'm cornered. Whereas the other one didn't reveal much about Kojaku. It just felt like a kind of contrived excuse to get to that conclusion.
往生際悪いね。
Yeah?
当たり前だ。
経験ないの？
そんなわけねえだろ。
I've had so much sex. You don't even know how much sex I've had.
別に。初めてじゃないなら堂々としてれば。
It's lame as hell to
こういう
freak out
時に
over
慌てるのってダセえし。
fucking someone. This little shit. Without batting an eyelash, Noise reaches for my pants and starts unzipping my
お
fly.
い、
I reach out to stop him, but hesitate. Something feels off. This guy obviously believes what he said, that it's only natural to seek relief. I'm the one who thinks it's something to be ashamed of. Still, isn't that how any normal person would react? How did I end up being the one who looks dumb? This twerp called me lame. Is he the crazy one, or am I being unreasonable here? I wonder. I'm assuming that the act is sexual. What makes it that way is assuming that the act is sexual. What makes it that way? If I treat it like something normal, will that get rid of the shame? I was so good at gaslighting himself. So true. Someone will tell him something completely insane, and he'll say like something normal, and then he'll think to himself, "But who's really the insane one? It's probably me." I mean, we are both men. We have the same equipment. Shit, I don't know what's right anymore. What is happening to
怖い
me?
ならやめるけど。
Yes, please.
そんなわけねえし。
Don't say that. Noise's comment sends the blood rushing to my brain. I mean, can you blame me for getting pissed off? The more I think about it, the more I realize that I'm being stupid. I fooled around with guy friends before. Who hasn't? It's not like I have anything to lose. We're both guys, right? What's the big deal? I set my jaw and look Noise straight in the eye. Noise studies me for a few seconds, then takes my hand and guides it to his crotch.
やっとその気になった？
言ってろ。
外してよ。
At his urging, I steel myself and undo my belt, then the button of my pants, and slide my zipper down with my sweaty hands. My heart is pounding. I can feel my face burning up. Shit, I'm so nervous. But I have to do it. I slip my hand into Noise's underwear. He's still soft when I pull it out. And there, I get yet another shock. It's pierced! Oh no! He has several piercings to the tip and some on the underside too. Sure, he has more piercings than most people I know, but I definitely wasn't expecting to find some here. While I'm distracted, Noise pulls mine out as well. It tickles a little to have another person's fingers on me like that.
動かして。
Noise starts moving his hand up and down. This is so funny. I'm not sure what to do. Should I touch his piercings? I start trying with a gentle massage.
強く。
How could he say that shit with a straight face? I grip him hard, then start pumping aggressively. The hard metal of his piercings is cold against my palm. Feels weird.
これピアス
全然。
開ける時も。
うん。
マジか。あ、もしかして舌も開けてんのか。
You didn't notice that when his tongue was in your mouth?
これ？
ああ。
When he sticks out his tongue, a silver ball gleams with saliva. How could it not hurt having your tongue and dick poked full of holes? Breathing is growing harder. When I was distracted, Noise has continued to stimulate my cock. Feels really sensitive for some reason. Is it because I haven't gotten any action in a while?
あんたも開けねえの。
Noise whispers huskily into my ear. His voice makes my heart skip a beat.
開けない。
なんで？
痛そうだし。そもそも開けようとか考えたことねえし。
開けてやろうか。
Noise licks my ear. His piercing tickles my skin.
感じやすいんだ。
わかんねえし。
もしそうだったら痛いかもな。
You're gonna ruin my clothes, buddy. Noise strokes me harder. The liquid oozing from my tip has smoothed out his movements. A sweet, tingly sensation spread upwards from my hips.
あんたも。
I try to stifle my moans and stroke him back, but he's barely hard and shows no sign of getting harder. I glance up at his face. He isn't even flushed. The hell? I'm not an expert or anything, but this much action should get anyone going, right? Am I really that bad?
来ない感じ。
Noise makes an indecipherable sound and continues to stroke me in silence. I try stroking him a little harder, but I'm way ahead of him already. Him not being hard is not what the art is depicting. Fuck, I'm getting close and Noise just still looks as calm as ever. It feels feel a surge of frustration. It should be I feel. I know it's weird, but this is fucking embarrassing. Here I am, the older man, and he... Yeah, 0 to 10. The scene where the two guys are jerking each other off would be so much better if they just hadn't... What in the world? There's like a big gap here. I, older man. And he broke me down like it was nothing when I haven't even made him blink. Oh, there it goes. It feel a surge of frustration. Makes me feel like I have some kind of malfunction.
まずい。あ、行く。ダメだ。
I try to warn him, but all he says is,
いいよ。
I come right into Noise's hand. My body trembles as my fresh semen dribbles down his fingertips. Panting, I gaze up at him through lidded eyes. To be honest, that felt pretty good. But I can't stand that I was the only one to get off. As shame wars with the afterglow of my orgasm, Noise slowly raises his hand, wet with my mess.
結構出たな。
Yeah.
うるさい。 早く吹けよ。
I start to get up looking for a tissue, but suddenly Noise brings his hand to his mouth. What is this food called? Bitter? That's it? Even now his expression hasn't changed. I can't believe it. That's shameless. And then there's shameless. And then, of course, there's still the fact that I was the only one to come. I can't leave it like this. My pride is on the line. As an adult and as a man, I've come this far already. I have to see it through. And if my hand wasn't good enough... It feels like a light bulb going off in my head. I know just what to do! I dropped to my hands and knees, positioning myself between Noise's legs.
いいから。
I figured it out! I've cracked the code! He's technically erect, but still a long way from full hard-on. Noise watches me suspiciously as I creep toward his hips, lift his shaft, and touch my mouth to the tip. I brush it gently with my tongue, then open my mouth wide to slowly take him in. He's larger than he looks. It doesn't take long before my mouth is completely stuffed. Ooh, I heard a little gasp. Ooh, maybe I'm onto something. Maybe this idea of mine has some merit to it. I started to move my head up and down, stroking with the insides of my cheeks. Of course, I've never done anything like this before, but my stubborn pride just drowned out any hesitation or embarrassment I might have felt. Just had to move my tongue like this, and my hand like this. We both have the same parts, so even though I've never done this before, it isn't hard to figure out what to do. But when I feel the piercing slide over my tongue, man, that's weird. Hearing something like a moan, I look up and see that Noise has closed his eyes. Something about the look on his face makes my heart race a bit. I'm getting him off, the cocky little shit. Thought it was a bit of a rush. Hell yeah! I fucking hate this guy and I'm getting him to orgasm in my mouth. I want to see him lose his cool. That desire makes it easy to concentrate on the task at hand. I focus my attack where I think it'll have the most effort, kneading his shaft and balls with my hand while I run my tongue along the groove on his tip. His piercings click against my teeth, but it no longer bothers me. This really is the sex song. They kind of got it. They got it right. This is really a sex song. Noise's gasps are growing more frequent. Suddenly he pushes down on my head. I look up at him. He looks like he wants to say something. I know it's dramatic, but having a giant pause at the start of a voice line makes me think that it's just like no voice line for some reason. I pull my mouth away for a moment, squeezing him hard with my hand. What the hell did he just say? Bite it? Noise presses down on my head, urging me to continue. Despite my confusion, I take him into my mouth again. Does he really want me to bite him with my teeth? Won't that hurt? My head is full of questions. I don't understand. It's a mystery. I mean, I guess for someone who thought that they just, like, independently invented the concept of fellatio, it's not too surprising that they would be like, what? But he definitely said to bite him. Timidly, I touched my teeth to his tip. The sensation of my teeth sinking into flesh is terrifying. The mere thought of someone doing that to me makes me cringe. Noise's tone is insistent. I just have to accept that this is what he wants. He's got piercings all over. It'll be fine, right? Probably. I close my eyes and bite down with my molars. I don't even know how to describe the sensation of my molars pressing into his flesh. It doesn't hurt, right? Is he really okay? He's not bleeding, is he? I look up at him with dread. Noise has his eyes closed with a look on his face that I can only describe as ecstasy. Is this a joke? He likes it? He's gonna reach into his back pocket and pull it out like a meat tenderizer. Can you really get off on someone biting you? This is like that moment from Undertale, where it's like, dogs can pet other dogs? A new world has opened before us! For some reason, the thought excites me. My heart is racing a mile a minute. Oh fuck, the sense of having crossed the line, it's intoxicating. I'm sure that, now sure that he'll be fine. I take him back into my mouth and press my teeth into his tip again. More confident this time, I try biting him harder, nipping at him and tugging at his piercings with my teeth. At the same time, I drag my nails along his shaft and stroke him, squeezing hard. Moans spill from Noise's mouth, and something deep inside me starts to ache. I'm a little too happy that I've managed to please him. My zeal grows as I press the attack. His eyes are closed, his brow deeply furrowed, and his hips are starting to rock a bit. It's not just saliva filling my mouth, but Noise's pre-cum as well. He didn't react at all to the work of my hand. Now he's really feeling it. like Shulk from Smash Bros. His shaft has grown enormously. When it hits the back of my throat, I gag. But I ignore the discomfort and focus on my task. I want him to come so badly. As I slurp up the bitter liquid, I bite... Slurp? That's such a funny word to use in this situation. As I slurp up the bitter liquid, I bite down hard along his entire length, from tip to base, almost like I'm eating him whole. Noise gasps. His body convulses and his hardened shaft shudders on my mouth, filling it with a warm, viscous substance. Without thinking, I swallow before it can spill from my mouth. He was right, it is bitter. When I pull my lips away from him, the portion that didn't make it down my throat dribbles down my chin. You run out of verbs and adjectives pretty quickly when writing this stuff, I imagine. Not that I'd know. Yeah, but slurp. Couldn't think of anything better than slurp. Noise looks down at me, a little flushed and out of breath. Maybe it's because he just came, but his usually harsh eyes seem a little softer. He actually looks kind of cute. And I'm the one who put him into this state, I realize, with no small sense of satisfaction. Noise pulls out a few tissues from a box on the sideboard and hands them to me. I take them and wipe them up, the semen dripping down my chin. I finally have the presence of mind to worry if I went too far. I bit him pretty hard there in the heat of the moment. He's not bleeding, right? Glance down to check. No cuts or anything. Phew! Noise averts his eyes. Well, everyone's got their kinks. While I was a little surprised at first, it didn't really bother me. That said, as my passion cools, I start to think about things that weren't bothering me a few minutes ago. We went pretty far. I don't know whether to call it a game or a joke gone off the rails. Either way, when I took Noise in my mouth, I don't think I'll ever forget how he melted beneath my attack. He really does have a cute side. Yeah, it sounds like a good idea. Noise sits up, fixes his clothes a bit, and gets off the bed. Or we could go together. Yeah, there you go. It's more efficient! Yeah, you're so right. With that, he leaves the room. He doesn't even blink. It's not like we did anything wrong, so why do I feel so guilty? I fix my clothes and head for the bar in the den. After rinsing my mouth out in the sink, I plop down on the couch. I can hear the sound of the shower downstairs. How did this even happen anyway? I remember some misunderstanding that ended with him kissing me. He said he thought I was after him or something crazy like that. Is that still how he sees me? I've never looked at him that way at all. What's wrong with him? Is he just extremely self-conscious or something? No, I get the feeling it's more complicated than that. Wait, do I really have time to be worrying about this stuff? While I'm lost in my thoughts, Noise returns to the second floor.
Oh, thank you.
I get up and walk past him. I can smell the shampoo in his still wet hair. It makes my heart skip a beat. I really need to cool my head. I hurry downstairs to the bathroom. Hey, a bathroom background. When I get out of the shower, I realize that I'm exhausted. I stagger to my room and collapse on the bed. My eyes drift closed. The next time I open them, it's late at night. Something is jumping on my back.
Aoba, okiro. Aoba.
Again, that's such an adorable like image. He's jumping up and down on his back. Alba, wake up, Alba.
寝る前に話し相手が欲しいと言って起動させただろう。それより起きろ。
And I'll wake up.
どうした？クララちゃんでも来たか？
冗談を言ってる場合じゃない。複数の人間がこの建物の周りを取り囲んで。
This is no time for funny jokes. We're in deep shit here. It knocks the sleepiness right out of me. I jump out of bed and quiet my breathing and listen. There's something going on outside.
詳細は不明だ。
プラチナジェイルに知り合いなんていねえし、とりあえずここは逃げといた方がよさ。
ああ。
I get dressed, put Ren on my back, and head straight to Noise's room. Noise is already out of bed and ready.
よくわかんねえけど、なんかヤバそうだから逃げるぞ。
Do we have, like, did we bring changes of clothes? I don't think we did. Right? We must be pretty stinky.
Oh.
Despite his answer, Noise doesn't move.
早くしろよ。
つか、あんた一人で逃げりゃいいだろ。
は？
俺は俺で逃げるし、わざわざ呼びに来るとか意味ないよな。
This shit again? I tell him how I really feel. I love you. Ooh. Come with me. Come away with me. I tell him how I really feel. Given the situation, I don't have time to convince Noise of my sincerity.
いいから一緒に逃げるんだよ。早くしろ。
I stomp into the room and grab Noise by the arm.
話せよ。
うるせえ。口より足動かせ。走れ。
I got one. So one of those two choices I made the wrong one. Probably the last one. I don't know. I don't regret it though. I'm grabbing him and pulling him out of there. I drag Noise out of the room and toward the stairs, but just as we reach the top of the staircase. Oh, is it the people who were fighting him before? They have similar piercings as him, including this like ring one. I wonder if they're like a member. They're members of his like Ridge gang or something. Door bursts open with a splintering of wood, then several men barge in. Wait, are these the same guys Noise was fighting yesterday? Hate to say I told you so.
お前が昨日ぶっ飛ばした奴らだよ。
ああ、しつこいな。
だからそう言っただろ。
Trying to stay out of sight, I peer over the railing into the
降り
lobby.
ないのか。
降りたら速攻で捕まるだろ。その前に少し数減らしとこうかと。
Can we gank them? Is that a thing we can do? Like put them into a rhyme fight? Such a common song lyric and I don't get it. There's nothing I love more than saying I told you so. You don't get the reference? I'm gonna be honest to you. I think I know. Oh, it's I hate to tell you. Yeah. But you don't hate to say I told you so. I get it. That's funny. I was gonna say if you didn't know what the song reference was, you'd be shit out of luck because I don't know it either. I only know it from like the Weird Al polka song that has it as a line. Let's try to take him by surprise or something.
お前も協力しろ。そんじゃ、行くぞ。
Or like they played it over the speakers at Staples or something. We dash down the stairs together. A few steps from the bottom, I grab the handrail and launch myself forward. I slam my knee into the face of the guy at the front of the group. He falls on his back, pinning one of his men under him. Just as I'm about to kick the guy charging me, Noise jumps in and knocks him out with one brass-knuckled punch.
めんどくせえな。さっさと行こうぜ。
原因作ったのお前だろ。
Anyway, first things first. Working together, we start to carve an escape route. I can't be too upset about them continuously reusing this frame every single time there's a fight with Alba in it, because it's pretty cool looking, actually. He's doing a big kick, there's like nice motion blur. Yeah, it's his one attack. If he was in Smash Bros, every single button would just do this. They should put him in Smash Bros. That'd be really funny. Alba for Smash Bros. His final smash is he lets Idba take over and he like destroys everybody with scrap. But before we've made much progress, we hear sirens and loud footsteps approaching. We charge past the gangsters, they don't know when to quit, and dash out the front door. We run for our lives, dashing down the brilliantly lit street and slipping into a narrow alley. Someone is following us, the police or the Yakuza, I don't know. Eventually, after we've made several random turns, the footsteps fade. Did we lose them? Just as I'm about to stop and check. It better not be... No way! No way! Why are you here? I freeze, I can't believe who it is. His eyes are red. Wonder if he's been... His heart's been changed by the villains with their jail. Thank you for the explanation. He's so good at it. They should have just like let him do the laugh for Idba. It's just like Alba's voice, Alba's voice, Alba's voice, Alba's voice, and then this guy's laugh. That would have been really funny. This is the most like incredibly sci-fi looking gadget of all time. It's so funny. It has a scope on it. It's not a gun, right? It's like a megaphone? Why does it have a scope? Here's someone who really doesn't know when to quit. I get ready to make a break for it, but then I realize something's wrong. He's always been a psycho, but now with his eyes are wide open to match his smile, they seem vacant and hollow. Akashima spreads his arms with a dramatic flourish, then aims something at us. Never mind, I guess. What is that? It looks like a giant modified megaphone. Suddenly, noise knocks me out of the way. Before I can finish, Akashima's megaphone fires what looks like a ball of electricity. It flies past with incredible speed, just grazing the top of my head. Ouch, my hair. What the hell was that? I jump up and turn around. The wall behind us is gone. Yeah, you can say that again. Noise, who ducked with me to avoid the blast, gives Akashima a hard look. I love that stock explosion sound effect. Whenever I hear stock sound effects in anything, it makes me happy. It's like, yeah, I remember. I know that sound effect. She's my girlfriend. Look at this fucking thing. Lorbo from your sound libraries, yeah. This is crazy. It's like 2 chain guns, the laser blaster, the scope, and then what are these even? What are these? It looks like it's gonna fire some, like, a million beams all at once. One of Akashima's shots hits a wall right next to me, blasting it to pieces. Suddenly, noise charges. Noise, another stock sound effect. I love that one too. Noise dodges the bolt by a hair and drives his brass knuckles into Akashima's chest. Kill him. But he ignores me and keeps wailing on Akashima. Yeah! I'm a little scared by his viciousness. Sure, Akashima's attacks were frightening, but so is this. At this rate, Noise is gonna kill him. Akashima's head dangles from his shoulders, his face a battered mess. Don't tell me he's... So good. Suddenly Akashima starts to laugh, his bloody mouth opening wide. He grabs Noise's neck with one hand and with the other jabs the megaphone into Noise's stomach. Oh no! Why didn't he get transferred in the other route? I wonder. Before I can think, my legs are in motion. The world goes silent. The only sounds I hear are the pounding of my heart and the ringing of my ears. Use it. Your power. Use it. My power. Akashima's right in front of me. I know what I have to do. Use my power. I leap at Akashima and grab his head between my hands. Pulling him close, I stare into his empty eyes. You hate megaphones! Ooh. Fall. Shit. My head feels like it's going to explode. There's nothing but darkness for you, and nothing but death for your people. These ancients are only the beginning. I will commandeer a great army, and we will... something... $1 billion worlds and $1 billion. Hurts to even breathe, but...
Oi.
Noise peers into my face. Akashima sprawled out beside him unconscious. Somehow I made it in time. Thank goodness. The Noise is glaring at me, his eyes dark with fury.
今の声。声。この間、俺を任した時と同じだ。やっぱ本当はできるんだろ。何が覚えてないだ。すっとぼけやがって。
Like, you scrap. That's not the same thing as whatever I did.
だったらやれよ。もう一回。
Oh my god.
今すぐやれ。早く。
This fucking guy always pins my shoulders to the ground. I can't do anything. The quiet fury in his eyes holds me in place. I really don't want to use it any more than I have to. I only used it here because I didn't have a choice. Noise pushes my shoulders hard into the ground. I love when there's a guy who's like 12. Yeah. My face twists in pain as my bones grind against the pavement. Why is this happening? I was just trying to help him. I didn't do it expecting any kind of reward. Why does he always have to shove his demands down my throat? Unable to bear it anymore, I opened my mouth to shut. Yeah. Yeah. You tell him. Why does his eyes grow cold and dark? You're trying to help me! You're here! Why are you here? I'm trying to help you in like really superficial ways, like making you not bleed to death. And also sucking your dick. But that's less important. I guess. Yes, that's true, but is it not good that you're alive right now? He was firing a big laser gun at me too! How is that not my business? I was saving myself just as much as I was saving you. It's not charity. You're here helping me save the place. Dry laughter spills from my lips. This shit again? I can't believe it. I just keep him around to use him? Fuck him? Is this the kind of person he thinks I am? Did he kiss me out of the blue like that because he just thought I wanted to get in his pants? Can't even feel annoyed anymore. Yeah. Always dismisses the notion outright. What a messed up way to think about the world. Actually, it's kind of sad. Yeah. Not trying to have sex with you. I did have sex with you less than 6 hours ago, but it's not my goal. People are sentimental. People are irrational. Okay. Frustrated that I can't find the right words, I reach up to grab Noise's hand and hold it against my shoulder. Noise tries to pull away, but I don't let him. I buy Noise not having any sort of attachment to an all-mate and not really understanding why we would have an attachment to an all-mate. But the line that Alba had when the concept was introduced was that, like, almost nobody has a super close attachment to their all-mates. Like, it's really unusual that he does. And that seems weird. I don't know if I would buy that. It's more the, like, broad strokes thing rather than Noise in particular, because Noise, for sure, I understand that. It's very in character for him.
俺に利用価値があるってとこしか。
If you don't have a reason, then why did you do something? Because I don't have a reason.
だから何度言わせんだ。関係ねえんだよそんなの。
意味わかんねえ。マジで理解できねえ。変な生き物だな。
Guy who's been abused his entire life, interfacing with the first person who doesn't want to abuse him. Wow, you're so weird. You're like some kind of alien.
俺からすりゃお前の方がよっぽど変だよ。
When I let go of his hand, Noise gets off me with a sour look on his face. Seems like his anger has subsided for the moment at least.
いってて。
Now that I can relax, my headache returns with a vengeance.
言っとくけど。話は何も終
Yeah,
わってね
yeah,
えから
yeah. Okay, whatever.
俺
We
は
can do that
あんた
after
と
we
離れ
save
る
the
気はない
world, alright?
ああ。
I stand, locking eyes with Noise and nod. Regardless of everything else, Noise helped me save Granny. I owe him for that. Plus, I can't keep running from the issue. There's no denying that I've played Rhyme before. When the time comes, I'll give him what he wants.
ところでこいつどうする？
Noise kicks Sakashima's back, flipping him face up. He's unconscious, his big mouth hanging wide open. His eyes look the same as Mizuki's, which probably means that someone was controlling him. I think back to the moment I stopped him with my power. Although the words had come from my mouth, it hadn't felt like my voice at the time. Oh, DID. And then there's the word I used. Fall. It rolled so naturally off my tongue, but it's not the kind of thing I'd ever say like that to someone. I feel the fear of my power more keenly than ever. Every time I use it, it's like I'm losing some part of myself.
こいつ起きそうにないな。ほっとくか。
We should take his crazy laser gun.
おい。
That'd be cool.
ああ。
Startled, I nod in response. Noise gives me a dubious look.
なんだよ。
いや、
I'm an alien, remember? My coil suddenly beeps.
また
All
そうだ。
doors to the tower are open.
ちょっと貸せ。
え、おい。
He just like stole it off the side of the screen. That's funny. Before I can stop him, Noise connects my coil to his and starts analyzing the message.
やっぱ特定できねえな。つか。特定の場所から発信されてない。
If you could do that, why were we fucking around with the Benny Shigure members on the other route?
どういうことだ。
Maybe the damsel in distress, whoever it is, was like, I probably only have to open this one door because they got the Benny Shigure guys. Or
ネット
whatever.
ワーク上に腐るほど漂ってる古いクズデータを挟んで偽装して送ってきてる。ただ、ここはプラチナジェイルだ。外部からのアクセスはやっぱり考えにくい。
プラチナジェイルにいる誰かからの
Yeah.
コンタクトって考えるべきで。
あ
でも、このメールが罠だとしたら、どういう意味なんだ。
そのまんまじゃねえの。タワーのドアが開いてるとか。
だとしたら完全に罠だよな。塔への。
だろうな。どうする？
まあ、今だって八方塞がりの罠だらけみたいな状況なわけ。
タワー行くか？
そうだな。
まあなしじゃない。
ああ、行こう。
I don't know if this is the right path, but we're already dancing in the palm of our enemy's hand. Our only choice is to see it through. We head for Oval Tower, the heart of Platinum Jail. I feel like we're getting to Oval Tower a lot faster than we did in the Kojaku route. We circled the tower until we locate the back door. There was a lot of like fucking around and like him leaving and coming back and leaving, and we would fight, and then he would like say, "Oh, I can't tell you," and then we would go to the light thing and see the other guy, and then we had that whole encounter with the other guy before we even came here. With Ryuho, we circle the tower until we locate the back door. 2 guards are stationed there. We'll need to observe them for a while, find a second to slip by, or at least that's my plan, but the second we arrive, Noise charges the gate. Great sound effects. In the blink of an eye, he lays both guards out cold.
早く来い。
お前な。
Rushing in like that was insane. My heart racing, I joined Noise in front of the tower's back entrance. He's a true gamer. After staring at the door for a few seconds, Noise presents his coil to the access screen. If the user isn't authorized, it should throw up an error message. However, the light shifts from green to red and the door slides open with a
開い
hiss.
た。なんで。
さっきのメールに書いてあっただろう。ドアは全部開いてる。
それじゃやっぱ。
罠だろうな。
A chill crawls up my spine, but there's no choice.
行こ
We exchange looks, then enter the tower. Nobody told us to go up to the top floor this time. The interior is so white as to be blinding and has the sterile feel of a hospital. Our reflections glint coldly on the walls and floor, which are polished to a mirror shine. I've heard that part of the tower is open to the public, but we came in through the back entrance, so there aren't any guests around. As we make our way carefully down the hall, we glimpse a guard walking toward us. We slip into a side hallway and hold our breath. Hey, we successfully hid this time. After the guard has passed, we quietly return to the hall, keeping an eye out on our surroundings. At the end of the hall, we find an elevator. Just to be safe, we make sure the guard is far away before making a dash for the elevator. The moment we step into the waiting elevator, Noise pushes the button for the top floor. The elevator takes off with a jolt. I breathe a small sigh of relief, too early to relax. The beeping of a coil draws my attention. Noise is looking at a map. I wonder if he has some kind of plan. After some time, the elevator slows to a stop and the doors open. Ooh. The hallway is just as wide as the first one, but narrower and utterly without decoration. Noise closes his map and starts walking down the hall. He keeps his eye on the floor as he walks, like he's looking for something. Suddenly he stops. Noise puts to the wall with his chin, indicating a network panel. Kneeling in front of it, he pulls a cord from his coil and plugs it into the socket. Each floor is a different network. Noise opens his coil screen and gets to work. His hands move with unbelievable speed matched only by that of the text streaming down his display, but even then it takes a fair bit of time. I wait anxiously for him to finish. It's crazy to spend so much time camped out in enemy territory, no denying the kid has balls. Noise answers without stopping. Restless, I let my attention wander down the hall, and there I notice something. Is that a dog? It is, a dog with smooth black fur, casually walking toward us. Why is there a dog here? Is it someone's all-mate?
Oi, Noise.
I trail off, realizing that I shouldn't distract him. Instead, I open my bag to see what Ren thinks. The black dog stops. Ooh. Hey, that's pretty cool. And then its mouth opens wide, revealing a long metal tube. Noise looks up, then starts to dodge to the side. But before he can, a brilliant red light bursts from the dog's mouth. Wow. I tackle Noise to the ground just in time. What the hell was that? I glance over my shoulder where the beam struck the wall as charred black. My blood turns cold. What would have happened if that had hit one of us? I feel a sharp pain in my side when I try to get up. My shirt is torn and my skin is burned. The beam must have clipped me when I tackled Noise. I point frantically at the dog. The metal tube is aimed straight at us. How soon can it fire again? This is crazy. It looks so cool. It's got the Five Nights at Freddy's 4 teaser image foxy tongue. To my utter shock, Noise charges at the monster. As I watch, he pulls a cube from his waist and thrusts it into the dog's mouth. A moment later, clouds of smoke pour from the creature's maw. Its front legs jerk and wobble, and then it collapses. Did he just clog the barrel with a cube and cause it to backfire? That was completely insane. If he'd been a second too late. He never learns, does he? Still, there's no denying that he saved our asses. But the reprieve is brief. Uh-oh. Another dog just like the first one appears at the end of the hall. No, not one, several. Holding my aching side, I run down the hall beside Noise. Is this a different top floor than it was when we were with Kojaku? We find a door with a small glass window and peer inside. It looks like a storage room. More importantly, it's empty. We slip into the room and hide ourselves between the neatly organized shelves. Holding our breath, we listen closely for any sound from outside. Amid the tension, I just barely hear the sound of the dog's footsteps. The footsteps reach the door and stop. Good thing it doesn't have opposable thumbs, so I can't open the door. After a few moments, they start again, this time moving away. Phew. I let out a heavy sigh of relief. Look at Noise. He's staring into space as if searching for an answer to some question. Why did you tackle me over when you could have let me get fucking killed by a laser? I don't understand. You should have let me got fucking killed by a laser. That would have been better. He turns to me. His stare is so piercing I have to shrink back. He looks unhappy. I'm not happy, Bob. Not happy. I've gotten to learn how his face looks when he's unhappy. Noise suddenly reaches out to touch the burn on my side. I jerk away, but it still hurts. Noise looks at me with disdain. You should have just let me got hit by the big fucking laser beam. Because we're a team. We're invading enemy territory. He's a gamer, but he's never played any game where you have to work together with anyone or anything ever. Like, imagine if I was questioning him, like, why did you put the cube in the dog's mouth? Why did you do that? If you had been slower, it would have killed you. It's like, yeah, but I did it because I didn't want the dog firing laser beams at me anymore. Like, you saved me from the dog firing laser beams at me some more. Why would you do that? Why would you stop the dog from killing me? Do you blush like me or something? Ah. The blood rushes to my head for an instant. Before I can stop myself, I punched Noise square in the face. You're suicidal? Well, suicidal this! I look at my fist, then at Noise's face, shocked. His cheek is red and a trickle of blood is leaking from the corner of his mouth. Shit. He smirks as he licks the blood from his lip. Heat explodes on my cheek as Noise returned the punch. He has, like, brass knuckles on, doesn't he? He would have, like, broken my jaw. This is what love is about, right here. What's this on the counter? Is it like comic books? We exchange punches again and again until finally he pushes me to the floor and mounts me. His knee presses against the burn on my side. He squeezes his legs tight around me. The little shit is doing it on purpose. Incensed by the pain, I pull my leg up and knee him in the crotch as hard as I can. I quickly glance up at Noise's face, but he's just looking down at me completely calm. His face is swollen from my punches too, but he hardly seems to notice. Noise doesn't say a word. His face doesn't betray anything either. Man, he was like this last time too. He didn't seem to notice when he burned his hand on the coffee. First I thought he was just acting tough, or maybe that he had a really high pain tolerance, but this? No one could ignore getting kneed in the balls. It's not how you spell need. Is it? I think it is, actually. Plus, when he was hitting me back, I didn't really feel any anger from him. Normally I'd expect him to feel rage or something, but there isn't any of that with Noise. He never hesitates either. His behavior is almost mechanical. Ooh. Ooh. Noise glares at me icily. His voice is colder than I've ever heard it before. So that's why he has piercings. It explains it. It all makes sense now. This would actually be like a pain in the ass. This would be really annoying.
あんたは痛みを感じるんだろ。わざわざリスク背負うとか謎だ。
意味わかんねえのはどっちだ、アホ。
I interrupt Noise with a light slap across the cheek. At first I was surprised to hear that he couldn't feel pain, so surprised that it took me some time to understand. But as I listened to Noise describe it so calmly, I started to feel sad. He can't feel pain, can't understand pain. Because of that, what else can't he understand? Pain is how people come to understand each other. Hurting others, being hurt in turn, through pain, through reflecting on what causes pain, we learn how better to interact, how better to solve our problems. I don't know. I feel like you can understand relationships without being able to feel literal physical pain. But he can't do that, can he? He'll never be a human. Because he can't feel pain, he can't understand the pain of others. That's why my actions are so mysterious to him. Someone helping him purely out of concern without any ulterior motive. That's beyond what he can imagine. In his mind, there has to be a reason. No wonder he assumed I was after his body and stuff. Makes him seem almost childlike. It does.
お前さ、あんまりバカなこと言うなよ。痛みがなくたって血は流れるし、痛くないから手当てはいらないとか、どんなへりくつだよ。
Yeah. Also, you can still feel, like, emotional pain. Clearly, he's like, he gets mad and stuff.
俺は確かにお前をかばって怪我したし、痛かった。けど、それで良かったと思ってる。
それって、俺が死んだら自分のせいになるからだろ。後々面倒だもんな。
That one's true. But it's not, like, you don't have to have a reason to care about someone.
なんでそうひねくれた方にしか考えられないんだよ。俺のせいにならなくたって助けてるっつうの。
じゃあやりたいからか。
No.
そういう言い方やめろ。違
No.
うから。なんで助けたんだって言われたら、お前を納得させる言葉がなかなか見つかんねえんだけど、とにかく助けたかったんだよ。だから手当てもするし、かばうし。
意味わかんね
人間なんて意味わかんねえことだらけだろ。お
Yeah.
前は痛くないから平気なんだろうけど、俺が嫌なんだよ。
え。バカ。
お前に言われたくねえし。
見返りがないなら損するだけだし。
You're just repeating the same thing over and over.
いいんだよ。俺は損だと思ってねえんだから。つまり、ある意味では俺も自分勝手なんだよ。
やめろっつったら。
やめない。お前、俺に構われるの嫌なんだろ。でも、俺はそんなの関係ねえし、それがうぜえなら、少しは俺の言うこと聞け。そうしたら俺も考える。
Always goes silent. I quickly go restless, wondering if I said something
あんた
strange.
さ、今結構おかしいこと言ってる自覚ある？面と向かって俺のこと考えろとかさ、そういうの恥ずかしげもなく堂々と言うやつ、初めて見た。
It did sound pretty corny. I turn away, my face suddenly on fire.
顔赤いけど。
うるせえな。
でも、まあさっきも言ったけど、そこまで俺に介入してくるやつは、
I like
あんたが初めてだ。
it less that the reason why he thinks of relationships so transactionally is because he can't feel pain. I think I would like it better if it was that he had some sort of trauma related to past relationships he was in, where people treated him that way, and so he assumes that that's the way that all relationships are. And maybe he, like, lost the sense of pain because of abuse or something. The implication that not being able to feel physical pain inherently means that you can't relate to compassion is weird.
今までは嫌われて遠ざけられるか、体か金目当てで寄ってくるかのどっちかだったから。
I turned back to him. His voice is softer than before, and where before his expression was flat and robotic, now it's tinged with confusion.
体が金目当てって
そのまんま。
金持ちなの？
親はな。でも俺はそういう奴らにつか他人に興味ねえし、問題になるのはガキの頃からだったけど、痛みがわかんねえから相手を傷つけてもわかんねえんだよ。 加減ができねえ。それで泣かせたガキの親がよくうちに怒鳴り込んできて、両親が俺は家の恥だって言ってさ、誰にも関わるなって部屋に閉じ込められたし。
ひでえな。
It is.
下手に金があるから便所も風呂も完備された部屋を作ってそこに入れられてさ。
Okay.
勉強、それ以外は誰も会いに来ねえし、怪我とかしても自分で処置してたし。初めのうちは寂しくて泣いてたけど、だんだん一人でいろいろできるようになってきてさ。そしたら一人でも余裕で生きていけるって思って。
Yeah.
他人なんか必要ない
Okay.
し。
So they are still kind of doing this.
それは違うだろ
I mean, if I'd grown up in circumstances like his, I'd probably have turned out the same way. Forced to live alone with no one to call a friend. Eventually, you'd get used to living like that. You wouldn't even question why. Noise speaks about it very matter-of-factly now, but he must have suffered horribly when he was a child. Okay. After being treated like that by your parents, you'd have to convince yourself you were fine alone just to
聞きた
survive.
いんだけど、もし仮に俺があんたのことを考えるようになったとしたら、俺に何か得はあるの？
う。まずその損だの得だのいう考え方を捨てろ。でもま、損はさせねえよ。
What does that mean?
根拠は？
そんなのねえし。
Wrap my arm around his head and pull him into my chest.
おい。
いいからおとなしくしてろ。
He resists at first, but after a bit he gives up and awkwardly leans into me. I hold his head firmly to my chest. Perhaps my warmth will say what my words can't. When I was a kid, I'd start to cry, Granny would always do this for me. I'd feel her warmth, and before I knew it, I would be calm. Maybe it'll work on him. I mean, he's never really felt warmth, right?
俺がお前に一つだけ教えられるのはさ、多分お前が思ってるほど
This is pretty
この
nice.
世界は悪くないってことだな。
俺はそもそも世の中がどうとか思ってない。
それはお前が知らないだけだろ。お前すげえたくさん知らないことあるんだからな。
知る必要はあるの？
知らないよりは知っといた方が得だろ。お前の言い方に合わせると。
じゃあ具体的にあんたがそれを教えてくれるのか？
I look at Noise, a little surprised. Never imagined hearing something like that from his mouth. Feeling a gentle warmth come over me, I squeeze his head a little tighter.
そうだな。お前が俺のことをもうちょっと考えるようになって無茶やったりしないって約束するならな。
I'll have to go after this scene. My work is in a half hour.
ほら、何しろ俺の方が年上でお兄さんなわけですから。
そういうのはうぜえな。
うぜえよ。
Can't help but smile. Feel like I finally understand Noise a little, and that makes me happy.
なんか熱くなってきた。
I take my hand off his head, and he sits up on the floor. I sit up too and lean back against a nearby shelf.
約束してくれんのか？
そんなのわかんねえし、知らねえし。気が向いたらな。
それじゃあいつ教えられんのかわかんねえだろ。
知らねえよ。
Well, Noise being stubborn is nothing new. Still, is it just me, or is he suddenly avoiding eye contact? Wait, is he embarrassed? Maybe he really did hear some of what I said.
つかこんなとこであんたとイチャついてる場合じゃねえし。
イチャついてってお前な。そういやさっきの工作なんとかなったのか？
ああ。あの犬のオールメイトが俺らを見つけたっていう情報も今はまだ気づかれてないはずだ。
そうか。それじゃ今のうちに。
A spike of pain in my side makes me wince. I'd forgotten it while we were arguing, but now the pain comes rushing back. Also the pain from us beating the shit out of each other. The wound throbs, almost like my heart has taken up residence in the spot. That's a good line.
さっきの怪我か。
Noise stands up and takes a look at the wound.
痛むんだよな。
そうだな。
手当てとかした方がいいんだよな。
ああ、まあできればな。
I look up at Noise, astonished while I answer. He's concerned about me?
なんだ。
いや。
何か手当てできる
Noise starts rummaging through his pockets. I got a ball of lint, a matchbox, a pair of gloves, and that's it. White handkerchief.
価値？なんでお前がそんなもん。
ガキの頃の習慣が抜けねえんだよ。
Noise shoots me a glare. Right, Noise comes from a rich family, so he had a pretty high-class upbringing. It'd be so funny if it was like embroidered with his face or something. But still, a white handkerchief. That's kind of cute.
なんだよ。
And grumpily shoves the handkerchief back into his pocket.
使えそうなもんがねえな。
大丈夫。このくらい持つ持つ。
I stand, fighting the pain, and try to walk, but
痛いのか。
ちょっと。
やっぱりなんか探してくる。
でも危ないだろう。
なんとかなる。あんたはここで待ってろよ。一応こいつ置いていくから。
it's a little
何かあ
Aiba.
ったらこの目のとこを押せ。
Noise pulls out one of the cubes from his waist and tosses it to me. Just as he gets to the door, he looks back. He suddenly reaches out and pulls my head toward him, and then our lips touch, and he licks me.
じゃあな。
With that, Noise leaves the room. His expression never changes. After he's gone, I let out a bashful sigh. Sometimes it feels like I'm letting him lead me around by the nose. Not that I really mind. I sit back on the floor, shielding my wounded flank as I lean across against a shelf. I hope Noise is okay. We're smack in the middle of enemy territory. I don't care how strong he is. I'm still worried about him. My burn stings almost as if it was resonating with my fears. I squeeze the cube tight, praying for his safe return. 30 minutes have passed and Noise hasn't returned. Something's wrong. Something must have happened. Maybe someone caught him. I don't want to be a pessimist, but no matter how competent Noise is, I can't ignore the possibility. Maybe I should... Oh shit. Oh shit. I don't know what, but something's happening. I have to find Noise. After glancing at the cube in my hand, I stand up slowly, using the shelf for support. The burn on my side... Huh. Hurts like hell, but I can't let that stop me. Open my bag and wake up Ren. All ball.
ちょっとめんどくさいことになった。俺も結構やばいから。
大丈夫か？
大丈夫か？
とはちょっと言えないけど。
大丈夫か？
頑張るしかねえな。
I leave the room clutching my side, walking as fast as I can manage. Out in the hall, the alarm is even louder. I can hear some kind of rumbling in the distance, probably the hallway's being sealed or whatever. Is Noise even still on this floor? I put the cube in my palm of my hand and press the eye like Noise said.
ノイズはこのフロアにいるか？そっか。
I guess I should try heading up for now.
後ろだ。
Oh fuck! I spin around to see one of those dog all mates standing there. If it hits me with that beam, I'm done for. I take off running down the hall, the pain in my side forgotten. I hear the dog's footsteps coming after me. Need somewhere to hide. I dash frantically down the hall. There, an elevator! I throw myself at the door and smash the call button. Hurry, hurry! The door opens and I jump inside. The last thing I see before the door closes is the all-mate's jaws open wide. You shouldn't have asked it if it was on this floor. You should have asked him where he is. I'm safe. I press the button for the top floor. Were we not already on the top floor? I thought we pushed the button for the top floor. After a short trip, the elevator stops and the door starts to open. But just as I'm about to step out, I freeze. Another one. And this time its mouth is already open, the barrel of its gun pointed straight at me. What do I do? A memory flashes through my head. Just before it fires, I throw the cube Noise gave me straight into the dog's mouth. I hear a muffled explosion and the dog takes a few steps back, legs twitching. It struggles for a bit, smoke pouring from its mouth before eventually it collapses. Did it work? I approach the dog to see. Yeah, it looks dead. Noise's cube is on the floor next to it. Its eye lights are blinking. When I pick it up, it starts talking. Looks like it broke when the beam discharged. It just said a second ago. Oh yeah, it is a large room. I hope Ryoho is still there. We're like, who the fuck are you? As I watch the light in his eyes dim, then go dark, it uses the last of its energy to deliver its message. I put the cube into my jacket pocket, then slip past the dog all made and head down the hallway. Noise is in a large room in the middle of this floor. I have to hurry. My sight still hurts, but I have more pressing concerns. After walking for a bit, I reach the door at the end of the hallway. It's much more elaborate than the others. Is this the place? Looks like the entrance to the class trial. Run up to the door. Ooh. Okay. think we're gonna call it there. Pretty exciting. Pretty exciting stuff. I had fun. That was good. I like Noise more than I thought I would. He's interesting. Yeah, that was pretty good. Game is good and the guys are likable. Yeah, seriously. Noise was probably my least favorite of the four. Either him or Mink. I didn't dislike Mink, I just didn't like the scene where he, like, had his guys almost rape us for basically no reason. But as a character, he himself is fine. He's just kind of, like, grumpy and he's, like, a big guy. Which is whatever. I'm sure we'll get more depth to him in his route. Clear I really like. So it's like, if we get through this route and I end up really, really liking Noise, that's good. We're like on a upturn in terms of there are better things to come, perhaps. Yeah, I don't know. I gotta go to Staples. They're putting me in the print and marketing department. I think I said that before. I'm like working at the printers and printing out stuff for people and cutting little cards and stuff. I'm gonna have a whole shift there next week doing that all by myself, which is really scary because I don't know how to do half the shit back there. So if someone comes up and is like, hello, I would like this laminated, I'm gonna be like, oh fuck. We'll see. Hooray, this was fun. I know I was a little bit like unsure, but I'm glad that we did this. This was really fun. Yeah, this one did also have visible penis in it, so we'll have to edit this one as well. Hooray! I will see you soon. I'm busy tomorrow. I'm going shoe shopping for the wedding, and then I have a doctor's appointment after that. And then Saturday and Sunday I'm busy because that's the preception and the wedding itself. Monday I'm also busy, so the next stream will probably be Tuesday morning, I think. Or Tuesday morning for me. This, like, late time for you. Although hopefully not as late as this, because this isn't it like 3:30 in the morning for you? It hopefully won't be that early. I'll start, or it won't be that late. I'll start earlier. Time, man, it's confusing. I don't know. Thanks for hanging out. I had a wonderful time. Bye. Bye-bye. I'll do my best.